The average Madden player makes 3 mistakes that allows them to not have a good year. And while this video is geared towards Madden 24, you could honestly take this advice and apply it to any Madden and change your outlook on how to get better at the game. After the intro, we're going to talk about what those 3 mistakes are. You're going to promise not to make them.
Promise me.
We're all going to have a heck of a Madden 24 season. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel. And let's start off with number 1. The top mistake players make when they hop into a new Madden is hopping playbooks. Yes, playbook hoppers. They are a dime a dozen. What is a playbook hopper? A playbook hopper is somebody who, when they lose a game, they switch their playbook because they feel like they need a complete overhaul on their entire approach. The truth is, when you playbook hop in Madden, this is one of the biggest sicknesses that prevents players from getting better at the game. Because if every time you choose to run a new playbook, you have to understand that you're leaving behind hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands of reps behind. So if you're going and choosing a new playbook fantasy pack every single time you lose a ball game and you think it's time to systematically change from a runner to a passer, or from 3 receivers to ace personnel, or from ace personnel to I-form personnel, or completely go empty, or just reinvent the wheel every time you lose a game, you have to understand that you're losing repetition. Repetition is what wins games in Madden.
Say that again.
Repetition is what wins games in Madden.
It's how you become better as a user on the defensive side of the ball when you face something over and over and over. The same mentality should be taken into the offense, where you have to rep things over and over. A lot of times, because something gets bagged doesn't mean you need to leave your offense. It rather just means that you need to fine tune your passing windows, your progression, how quickly you're getting the ball out. Maybe it's a blitz pickup, but the answer is almost never switching into a new playbook. So please, this year, choose a playbook, stick with it. And even though you're going to have some rough stretches, especially early on as you learn the game, understand that you are helping yourself staying put in an offense and sticking with it through thick and thin. Now, not to say that, come Christmas time, if you just feel like you're not doing things correctly and you want to overhaul it at that point, make the conscious decision. But don't let a single loss impact the way that you think about the way that you run your offense or defense. That is, unless you're going to take those lessons into practice mode, rep your same offense or defense, and try to overcome those shortcomings. Please do not playbook hop. It is arguably the biggest thing that holds Madden players back from getting good at the game. And if you guys need help with your playbooks, I would strongly urge you to check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. We are coming up on the very tail end of our Madden 24 presale, and you guys should take advantage of the best deal that I offer every single year in Madden Tips. For $75, you guys unlock everything. That includes weekly vault updates, keeping you on top of the pro metas and how to counter them. All offensive and defensive game plans, complete with updates to the AP as abilities tweak and metas shift and things change. And also access to our members only Discord, where you guys can chat with other players in our community or attend live lab sessions every single week, keeping you on top of what's going on the website and just answering your general questions about how to get better at the game. So if you guys are checking out the vault on Gridiron, you guys can apply the concepts that are broken down in the vault into your offense. This is going to mean that you don't have to shift playbooks. The vault is such a great tool. It teaches conceptual Madden, while the game plans are there for you if you want something a little bit more handed to you. But do not playbook hop. Number 2 on our list that holds Madden players back from getting better at new iterations of the game: forcing previous metas. We just spent an entire 365 days talking about man coverage, dollar spinner, overstorm brave, one step ahead, inside shades, man knockouts. What do you think EA is going to do when they hear that feedback on social media?
Why am I not surprised? The answer is no.
EA is a company that I claim kind of swings the pendulum as it pertains to the way their game plays. You can go from a zone meta, like we had in Madden 22 with Escape Artist, to man coverage in a pocket meta. Now, one would bet we're going to swing back to a more mobile and zone-based game. It's just the way EA works. There is value in understanding that, yes, you were comfortable in something for the last 365 days.
Comfortable.
However, if you ran the meta, the exact meta from the previous year, you have to understand that EA is going to look at that first and foremost when it comes to fine tuning. It doesn't mean that necessarily dollar can't be viable next year, but in terms of probably getting those spinner man knockout type metas, I would wager a guess man coverage is not going to quite be as great. Now, of course, everyone does start off in what they previously ran the former year, but you have to be willing to give up on that style quickly. I know that sounds like it goes against the whole playbook hopping mentality, but I can assure you that those are not the same things. Embracing metas are important. Knowing when a meta doesn't fit a game year over year is a little bit different. So please do not force previous metas. It is going to get you in trouble. And it also forgets the point that everyone just faced that meta for 365 days, and most people are fairly comfortable at this point attacking dollar from a man coverage standpoint, or 6-1 from a man coverage standpoint, or mid blitz, or any cover zero blitz meta. And especially when you don't have those universal coverages and one step aheads and inside shades to run the routes for wide receivers, it's going to be a lot tougher on you. So don't force a meta if you know it doesn't fit. And that brings us to number 3. But before we get into number 3, if you guys could do me a favor, make sure you guys subscribe right here to the Zan Madden YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you're notified of all the uploads here on the channel. And also drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about these videos. Are you guys ready for Madden 24? Because I know I am. We just talked about not forcing metas. Number 3, embrace the meta. Yes, I said embrace the meta. Metas stand in gaming for most effective tactics available. Essentially what this means is that if you are the type of player that shuns the meta for the sake of shunning the meta, you are playing the game on hard mode.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go and run the hot thing that everyone runs. After all, I just mentioned about a minute ago that if your opponents are facing dollar and, for instance, gun tight over and over and over in Madden 23, what do you think they lab against? Dollar and gun tight. So how do you apply the meta if you are in a spot where you don't quite understand, you don't want to run it, but you want to embrace it? Here's how. What is it that makes dollar so good? Base aligned, slot corners off the weak side especially. You could apply those principles into big nickel over G when you show blitz and have 2 slot corners. People did it out of dime normal last year. People sent the corner from a wide depth in 3-3 last year. You can apply those principles into other formations that have other defensive fronts, and it's going to allow you to kind of squeeze a little bit of the meta into something that is original. Let's take, for instance, the offensive lens. What makes tight so good?
That's what she said.
Well, the obvious answer is corner routes and compression, right? Well, if everyone is going to run gun tight, and myself as a player on offense does not want to run what everyone else does, but I want to embrace the meta, what do? Well, I run the single back bunch X nasty. What is that? That is a compression formation lined up tight, where if you motion it, creates 2x2 tight, just like gun tight offset tight end, or gun tight, or gun tight flex, or gun tight doubles. The meta is 2x2 compression. The most popular formation is the gun tight offset tight end in Madden 23. So as you think about how I built my offense, it's like, okay, well, Zan runs the ball from his under center set. Route combination wise, he employs a lot of the same principles: short side street corner combos, double corner combos to the wide side of the field, quick wheel patterns, throwing to the flat, high ball flats. I embraced the meta, but applied it into a formation that wasn't meta itself, and thus it became meta late in Madden 23 and will likely be a very popular formation and very meta in Madden 24. So if I were to not embrace the meta and I didn't throw corners and I didn't throw the effective high ball mechanics to the flat to avoid the dropped and the helmet pings on the tight ends, and I didn't do all those things, I would be willfully playing the game on hard mode. So I'm not to say that you can't mix in a little bit of bubblegum in your offense, something that is completely different, but you should be embracing elements of the meta, whether it's blitz formulas out of a different set, or route combinations out of a different formation, or the same run scheme applied out of a different offensive formation. Learn the most popular things and bring those things to your formation. That's going to create a little bit of fear in your opponent because it's a formation they haven't seen before, and it's a concept that they struggle with. You combine those, that's how you can have a successful offense. So while you don't have to run the meta, you should embrace elements of the meta to make yourself better. So there you guys have it. Don't playbook hop. Don't force the previous year's meta, because that's what EA is going to tweak heading into every launch. And also be willing to embrace the meta for whatever it is in every single year's game. Don't play the game willfully on hard mode, and you'll notice that you're going to win far more games in a new Madden. And I hope that Madden is Madden 24. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow, actually Monday, with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab and good luck.